So let's talk about DVDs that are out for the week. DVDs, Blu Rays. Well, I mean, we do digital, but you can usually buy your DVD releases on digital. In fact, we've got one this week that we know we can already buy on digital as well. Let's start then. Should we talk about The Grudge? That came out beginning of this year, was it?
This is a remake of The Grudge? Because this is the new version.
I can't figure out what it is. I think it takes place in the continuity from the Sam Raimi produced American language remake that I think starred Sarah Michelle Gellar. I think maybe I mean, to be honest with you, it's a latest reboot of the story of the Japanese curse. The Japanese curse that starts befalling people one by one. This one stars John Cho, takes a bit more of a procedural look at things. Demian Bashir's in it. I'll give you a sense of the tone of what they're going for here.
Why did it take so long to find her?
Well, this here's a service road. They only just started using it for the season.
Anyone come looking for her?
That's just it. The feds, they're already looking for her. Turns out she's one of those assisted suicide broads.
Find anything on her?
Usual stuff. I got an address, though. Directions in the glove box. 44 Rayburn Drive. Same place as the Landers case. Looks like we got another one.
So it really wants to be True Detective with some scares, and the problem is that True Detective is inherently interesting and scary. Well, it's not really scary, but it is scarier than this anyway.
Did this get... I don't think there was a big screening for this, was there? I think this was kind of passed by.
There was a press show for this. There was a single press show for this, which we got to see. And, I mean, I say that. I mean, hats off. I adore Sony. Sony are a company who just will have a press show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there are certain studios that will say, no, it's going to get terrible reviews, and you are not seeing that. I kind of love Sony, but no. Your job is to see these things and tell us what you think. You will damn well sit there and watch it and tell us what you think, sir. Oh, you didn't like it? Okay. The Grudge is not a great movie, but it's going to have its fans. It is, because the Grudge series is huge, and also John Cho brings in a certain innate fan base. I could see it being something that might have its supporters within that niche market, but I don't think this is going to win over the outside horror crowd. Let's talk then about Parasite, which is out this week as well. I mean, obviously, you and I had a field day back in February with Parasite when it swept the Oscars.
This is the worthy winner. This is the movie that we were hoping took all the coveted prizes, and it absolutely did. It was one time that Hollywood got it right, and this is the Bong Joon-ho. Amazing movie. I have to say, I paid to go and watch this just before the Oscars, and I went to the cinema. I missed the screening, and there were probably 8 people in the entire cinema that I was in. Once that Oscar award came through, you can only imagine it was cinemas full. Yeah, worth it. It's such a brilliant film.
It is a film that I will say, on the one hand, you can't say too much about the plot of it because it's at once quite complicated, at once quite simplistic. It's a wonderful, beautiful, visually striking, psychologically arresting film, masterpiece from Bong Joon-ho. I will say, there is something quite fitting about living in a world in which Hollywood gives Best Picture to Parasite, and then less than a month later, we all literally live in a world in which we're forced underground, not allowed to come out, and the rich people just do whatever the hell they want. So Parasite did kind of weirdly wind up predicting the future in less than a month. So there's that. I mean, and it's on DVD finally. It's gone.
I'm really hoping that if that's the case, that Bong Joon-ho if Snowpiercer is anything to go by, that's not a massive prediction for the future. That would just take things to extremes. But yeah, as you say, it's out on Amazon Prime from June the 1st, something that you can catch, or am I wrong there?
It's on DVD. Just say it again. I'll edit it.
It's on... and it's out on DVD and Blu Ray as of
Say again.
Okay, it's out on DVD and Blu Ray as of Monday. It is the one thing you need to get your hands on and definitely watch. There is a reason why it picked up Best Picture. Now, onward and upwards is the next thing that I want to talk to you about. This is a movie we've talked about a few times, actually, because it recently came onto video on demand. You can now get it on DVD as well. It's that Pixar movie which is all about...
fairy tales. Is it fairy tales are real?
Fairy tales. Wondering if there's a little... Yeah, it's about two elves who lose their dad at a very young age, and essentially they are going on a quest to find out if there's any magic in the world left so that they can bring him back for one day just to see him. It's very, very sweet.
All right, we're gonna get Warrior Z95. Let me hear you say, I'm a mighty warrior.
I'm a mighty warrior. Morning, Mom. Lazy, down, bad dragon. Back to your lair.
Happy birthday, Mr. Adult Man.
Oh, Mom. Hey, buddy, don't wipe off my kisses.
What?
You're wearing your dad's sweatshirt.
Oh, finally fits.
Oh, my little chubby cheeks is all grown up.
Okay, Mom, I gotta eat something before school.
So for me, this, I think we did, we're not going to spend too much time on this because we did review it only a few weeks ago. But basically, it's a good Pixar movie. It's not up there as an iconic Pixar movie, but that's okay. It's still very much enjoyable and a good one if you've got the family in tow and you need to just keep the little ones occupied. It's got enough for a little bit of everyone in it.
I cried buckets in the third act of this. I'm not going to last 10 minutes of this.
Yeah.
I was howling like a badger. Our entire row in that screen. Howling like little girls.
Howling like a badger, did you just say?
Howling like banshees.
Oh, right. Okay. I was just checking. That's fine. Now, it is a good little movie. It's worth a watch, and it's definitely there if you want to kind of get something just to keep the kids entertained again and again out on DVD and Blu-ray. Now, I've just looked at the list, and I'm not sure why this has been added in here again. I think I told you at the beginning of the show that we're winding Van up like a yo-yo and we're just going to let him go. I'm not going to let him go for too long on this, but I am going to let you know that Cats is available on DVD and Blu-ray. Van, don't say too much or you're really going to scare me if you do, because I think you're going to get really irate.
Cats sucks. Anyone who tells you they like Cats is an idiot. Anyone who can in any way subscribe any kind of meritorious value to the existence of Cats as a feature film, you should not only not be recommending you films, they should be locked in a basement and kept alive solely through medication. This is an abysmal effort that should never, ever have been put on a cinema screen, and everybody involved in the production, greenlighting and development of Cats as a cinematic concept should hang their head in shame or get in the sea.